Hey everybody, welcome back to another LEGO City update. Jordan here. Today we're going to be placing the large SITCOM Tower modular building. Personally, I'm scared lifting this thing because it's huge. And that's what I was just doing right now. There it is. So we're going to be placing this thing on Pop Culture Street in the LEGO City. This thing is massive. It's got Central Perk on the bottom. Then it's got the Big Bang Theory in the middle, or the second floor there. Then the two friends' apartments, so Joey and Chandler and Rachel and Monica. So yeah, we'll be placing this in a LEGO City today during this LEGO City update. I'm super excited because we've got a lot of exciting changes planned for the LEGO City that include this thing and also much more. It's heavy. I'm gonna go put it down. Whew. Oh my gosh, that's heavy. So you could probably tell I was struggling to speak there because I was holding that big heavy building and it was risky. But this is where the SITCOM Tower modular building is going to go. I have this plot of land open right here. So it could go there. That would be the easy way out. It'd look pretty good there. The LEGO store would be on the other side of it. It'd be beside Sesame Street. And on the end of the street here, we would have the Sanctum Sanctorum and also Peter Parker's apartment. Now, I want to let you guys know that this entire area right here is going to be changing in a big way. It involves the factory and also Diagon Alley. But that's not going to be happening in this update. It's still going to be changing in a big way in this update, but in a big way that we have planned for the future, that's not happening today. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But today we're going to be placing the Friends SITCOM Tower, and I think placing it right here is rather lazy, and we have a better place for it. So we're going to do some shifting around here in the LEGO City so that we can better accommodate that beast of a building. So the process always begins with the movement of the modular table there. It's pulled out, and now look at this. Look what we came across. There's still a bunch of drywall dust and debris in the city. Uh-oh, we need a street cleaner ASAP. And the Swiffer, unfortunately, is not picking that up, so we've got to go get the hand vac so we can vacuum that up. And then we're going to move those green plates, because once again, I think placing it there is rather lazy. And we're not trying to take the lazy way out. Go, go, gadget arm! The spot has been cleared, and now it's time to shuffle some buildings around. And now we filled that 1.5 base plate area there by sliding over Sesame Street and moving the Sanctum Sanctorum and also Peter Parker's apartment. Now it was 1.5 base plates. It would work perfectly for the SITCOM Tower. However, this right here is in fact 1.5 base plates as well. Actually, it's 2 base plates. But we've extended the sidewalk on either side by 8 studs. That's what that dark bluish gray tile is. And that's where we are going to place the SITCOM Tower. Of course, we're locking it into place using tiles like we do with all of our modular buildings. You know, this isn't too bad having a modular table that pulls out so that you can reach into the center of the city, but it's a little bit messy. What's better, having a 70-inch reach or like a 100-inch reach like we have now? It's time to put this modular table back, and then I'll show you how we've got that placed and sort of discuss some changes that we might be doing in the future, or just sort of bounce some ideas off of you as well. So this was our original plan, and we are sticking to it for now. However, this whole area might change in the very near future as we work on developing new plans, and we're going to discuss that right now. So we placed the SITCOM Tower right here where the Sanctum Sanctorum and Peter Parker's apartment used to be, on a base plate and a half, in a spot in which has 2 base plates with 8 studs on either side to make up for the difference. Now, originally I thought it was going to work out perfectly in this format. However, there is a little bit of a weird wall right there on the side of Peter Parker's apartment that I'm not really a huge fan of the look of that. Yeah, that doesn't really do it for me, so we might have to change this moving forward, but I think the changes are going to involve something a lot bigger than just sliding that over 8 studs. Because if we were to slide that over 8 studs, then you would see more of Daily Bugle. So that actually might look pretty good too. But then we'd have a super big sidewalk right here. That would be like 16 studs, plus the light bluish gray part of the road. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that. And then I got looking at the side of the building, which can be pressed up against a modular building technically because it has the pin connectors right there. And I was like, the side of the building doesn't really look that good, especially when you're looking down Pop Culture Street like this. I mean, it looks tremendous, don't get me wrong. The building looks fantastic, but the side of it sort of looks plain. It sort of looks like a big wall there, and it doesn't really blend in together with Pop Culture Street the way that we intended for it to do so. So now we are thinking of revising this whole area. You guys have probably heard me talk about it in the past. I was talking about this factory here. This factory is probably going to be moving down here. I mean, this is still underdeveloped or not developed whatsoever, but we will be moving that down there to make room for more buildings because like we said before, we are planning on building the Haunted Manor, which I believe is a base plate or a base plate and a half, can't quite remember, but it will be integrated onto this block as well because it is pop culture themed. And then we also got thinking to ourselves, Diagon Alley does not really make sense there because it's not a hidden wizarding world like it should be. It's right out in the open. So we got thinking that maybe this factory is going to go. These buildings are going to slide forward, be reorganized on this sort of street right here. And then maybe we can take Diagon Alley, which is essentially 4 16 by 32 base plates. So 2 base plates total. And what we would do is have them facing one another like they used to be in the center of this row with an 8 stud walkway in the middle, which would leave us 8 studs on either side, I believe it is. 8 studs. 8, 16. No, more than that. I can't remember. 12 studs maybe? Yes. I can't remember the math, guys. But what we could do is have Diagon Alley in the middle with an 8 stud walkway and have some room on either side for a sidewalk like this. But then you would see the back side of Diagon Alley like this here. So what we would do is we would make some facades to cover up the backs of it. And there'd be some entrances in those facades that would lead to Diagon Alley, whether there's gaps between the buildings or they go to Nocturne Alley like this. So that's might be what we're going to do, but we really got to think about it. I mean, I thought this was going to place better in that position, to tell you the truth. We could do some things today that would take some more time, but if we plan on integrating Diagon Alley in a better and more concealed way and a more authentic way, then there's no point in putting any more time or effort into this current layout because we know it's all going to change soon anyway. But yeah, that would be the intention. We would have the Diagon Alley buildings facing one another, an 8 stud extended walkway between them, and then we'd have some facades on the backside of them to blend them into the street. And I'm sure the order of all of these buildings here would somewhat be reshuffled. But let me know what you think of the placement of the Friends, or just the Sitcom Tower, I guess. It's not all Friends. There's some Big Bang Theory in there. Let me know what you think of the placement of the building here on Pop Culture Street. I like how it is on the start of the street, and it is sort of the center of attention because it is a beautiful building. But I think we can integrate it better into the future, into a different layout. And I think this area here, with the addition of more buildings, just sort of needs to be refreshed. So everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. I hope you enjoyed our video here. Let us know what you think by commenting below. Remember, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. And have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace out.